Thinking of moving from New York to Delaware? Well, grab that chopped cheese and get comfortable, because in this video, I'm going to be discussing some of the reasons why people are deciding to move from New York to Delaware. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Windom, and I help people buy and sell homes here in Delaware. I've lived here my entire life, and on this channel, I talk about exactly what it's like living here in Delaware. And if you're thinking about buying or selling here in Delaware, I definitely love to have a conversation to see if it made sense for us to work together. So I'll pull all my information on screen now and again in the description below. Now, it's common knowledge that residents are deciding to leave New York, and according to the last US Census, in 2023, New York lost over 102,000 residents, making it the most in the nation. And it only makes sense that some of them chose to make Delaware their new home, and here are probably some of the reasons why. Now, the first reason has got to be quality of life. While the New York hustle and bustle lifestyle can be very attractive to some, after a while, it can tend to get a little bit old. So some people are choosing to move to Delaware for its more laid back and suburban feel. Delaware is mostly suburban and rural with tons of open space. Delaware has no shortage of beautiful landscapes with over 19 state parks that offer a different variety of opportunities and activities, such as obstacle courses, and one even has a water park. Delaware, with its open spaces, beautiful beaches, and overall suburban feel and overall pace compared to New York, is like night and day. Before we move on, I want to talk about another quality of life aspect that's near and dear to my heart. And if you have seen any of my other videos, you know I would rather play soccer with a hornet's nest than to sit in traffic. So I swear I'll be really quick here. Just a quick comparison of the average commute time. In New York, it's about 32 minutes, and here in Delaware, it's only about 26. So accounting for both ways, it's about 12 minutes a day. And if you're talking about a 5-day work week, it's about an hour a week. And if you're talking about a year, it's about 52 hours in a year. And I don't know about you, but that's a lot of extra time that you could be doing something else with. But now let's move on to the next topic, and that's going to be housing. Now, this is a huge factor of why I'm having clients saying they want to move to Delaware. And to put it simply, it's just that your dollar goes way farther here in Delaware than it does in New York when it comes to purchasing a home. And just to give you some perspective, the median sale price in New York is $785,000. While here in Delaware, the median sale price is only $335,000. So you could hypothetically buy 2 homes in Delaware at the median sale price for what you could in New York. So, I mean, it's basically like doubling your money, right? So let's actually take that one step further. Let's see what $785,000 will get you in New York compared to what $785,000 will get you compared to Delaware. So this first one here in Staten Island is actually listed right now for $728,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 864 square foot home. Got a nice kitchen, an updated bathroom, and even a basement that could be used as an additional living space. And it looks like it has a decent sized backyard. Overall, pretty solid home. Now, let's take our $785,000 and see what it buys us in Delaware. So this one right here is currently listed at $699,000. So let's just say $700,000. So it looks like you're actually gonna save money. We're gonna have some change left over. This home is actually in Lewis, Delaware, which is one of our beach towns. So this is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom with 3,900 square feet, and it's on over an acre. So let's check it out. Looks like it has a huge kitchen, nice open living room. Obviously it has a huge backyard. It's on over an acre. And a detached garage that could be used for maybe an additional workspace. Now, I don't know about you, but I know which one I would pick if I was spending that type of money. Spoiler alert, it's the one in Delaware. Now, for just that alone, that might be enough for you to jump in the U-Haul and make your way down to Delaware. But there are a few other topics that we need to cover. Now, the next one is cost of living. The cost of living in New York compared to Delaware is going to be a whopping 31% more expensive overall. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Let's look at each one of those categories so we can get a better idea of exactly what's more expensive and how much more. So first off, you're a human and humans need to eat to survive. So let's talk about groceries. So in New York, your groceries are going to cost you 16% more than they would here in Delaware. And honestly, it only gets progressively worse from here. So bite down on that mouthpiece, because here comes the pain. If you're a restaurant connoisseur or a foodie of some sort, dining out in New York is going to cost you 25% more than it is here in Delaware. But I'm going to put a caveat there, because we all know that New York is one of the culinary meccas of the world. So it's to be expected that things are going to cost a little bit more there because it's top of the line. So you got a bit of a pass on that. So this one was a little bit surprising to me, and that's transportation. Transportation is going to cost you 17% more in New York than it is in Delaware. And I was kind of surprised, because with New York's robust public transportation, I thought that it would be a little bit cheaper because Delaware is lagging in that particular field. But nope, it's still more expensive in New York. And if you do have a little bundle of joy, I hope you're sitting down for this, because you may just pass out. The cost of childcare in New York is going to be 63% more expensive than here in Delaware. Now, moving on to our final topic, which is taxes. Now, if you've been doing any research at all about Delaware, I'm sure you've come across our taxes, because it's one of our main drawing points and one of our more favorable or most favorable things here in Delaware. First off, probably our most notable thing about taxes is our sales tax, and it's that Delaware doesn't have it. Doesn't exist. Zero. Goose egg. We don't pay sales taxes here. So if you buy anything in Delaware, or if you buy something online and your primary residence is Delaware or your shipping address is Delaware, you're not going to pay any sales tax. Now in New York, it looks like the sales tax starts at about 4%, and it can get to as high as up to 8% in certain cities and counties. Now let's talk about everybody's other favorite tax topic, income taxes, because you know Uncle Sam needs all his dollars on time in every last one. Now in Delaware, the state taxes range from about 2.2% on the low end to 6.6% for the highest earners on the high end. And in New York, it looks like it ranges from 4% at the lowest and 10.9% for the highest earners. Now, what kind of self-respecting real estate agent would I be if I didn't talk about property taxes? Now in Delaware, we have one of the lowest effective property tax rates at 0.58%. And compared to New York, they're right around 1.73%. Now, you might be saying to me, Brandon, I didn't bring my calculator. What does that mean? What does that look like in dollars? Don't worry, I got you. So in dollars, as far as yearly, the annual median tax bill here in Delaware is about $1,500 a year. And obviously that'll fluctuate depending on where you are in the state. And when you compare that to New York's annual median tax bill, which is about $5,800 a year, it's almost 4 times as much. So you're going to pay more for the home, and you're going to pay more property taxes for it as well. So you just kind of can't win. But those are some of the main reasons why we're seeing people make the move from New York to Delaware. Overall, it's going to depend on your specific situation on whether it makes sense to make that move from New York to Delaware. But now, after hearing all that, if making a move to Delaware is looking a lot more appealing to you, I actually made another video discussing Delaware right here.